Guys, we have worked on GPS simulator. Now let's move to dash data acquisition. So okay, so similar to this GPS tracking, what we had to do, we have to create a Spring Boot project. So let's start this one. Let me name it as data acquisition. Let me have it as a dash data acquisition server. Maven build Java 21. We can add dependencies like web and Lombok. These two are sufficient for us. I think we need Kafka also. Publish, subscribe, store. So this one, let's generate. Let's open it and zip. Cool. Now I'm going to copy this into my code section. Where is my projects? Cool. Where it went? Oh my god, it is inside this. Not here, not here. Mhm. Let me drag and drop there. This is just command X, command V, no, command X, command V. How to move this into projects? It is not moving. I don't know why. Cool guys, now what we have to do, simply we need to open it into IntelliJ. So let's open it. IntelliJ documents, dev project and DAS. Inside it, we click on pom.xml, open as a project in a new window. Right. It's resolving dependencies. Cool. Now, while it is resolving dependency, let's understand how the flow of the DS, that is data acquisition server, would be. So let's see how this DS would be working, supposed to work. So here you can see what its responsibilities is. It is going to accept only HTTP request from scheduler. If you remember that URL in the simulator scheduler, let me show that URL where it is. Okay, so he was talking about this URL, get ds URL, right? This one, which is, if you can see, it was in the resources file, application.yml. This URL I'm talking. So to consume this URL, what we have to do, we have to create this URL. That's why we were getting in the previous project, you can see here we were failed to send packet IO error on post request for this one, because this API is still not made or created. Cool. Yeah, so what dash will be doing, it will be accepting HTTP request from simulator scheduler, then append raw CSV to the local file and publish same raw CSV to the Kafka and respond immediately. So basically you can see the final dash responsibilities as a diagram: simple flow, post method, then basic validation, then a sync file log, and then sending data to the Kafka producer, and then we are going to return, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to create the dependencies by YAML file. Okay, let me copy this one, because here you can see we have Kafka, which is going to listen on 9092 port. Okay, we have our topic gps.raw, and storage the file path. This is the file path which are going to store in local. So first let's see for Kafka, then we will come here. Okay, so what we need to do, one second, where is my project? Okay, here. Actually I thought it would be in a new window. Oh cool, we can drag it. Yeah, so we are here in the resources file. Cool. Okay, let me create application.yml file, application.yml, and then paste this. Cool. So we can modify some fields, or we can add or remove some fields as per our demand. Let me close it. It is not necessary for now. Yeah, so we have two IntelliJ windows. Cool. Now the project structure is going to be simple: com.gps dash. So let me create a project for here in the projects Java. Let me, oh, package name should not be capital, so let me rename it DS, right? Okay, we can have controller service config. Let me create these fields. One package is controller, there is service, new package service, then new package config, and then our application, which is test application, data acquisition. So now let's move to storage properties. So here you can see we have only file path which we are going to use. Actually, why this, what we are going to do with this, we are going to capture the packet which is coming, CSV packet which is coming from the scheduler, and we want to simply schedule it. Basically we want to write it to a CSV file, all the comma separated, something like device ID, let long, right, and then ignition on off, something like that. So I want the raw packet to be saved into a file so that later we can use this. That's why we are using a CSV file where all the logs will be, or basically all the packets would be appended. Cool. So this is the purpose of this one. So we can use storage properties here in the config file. Let me copy this. Only one field we have here. Cool. So this is the file path which will be read from here only. Here you can see file hyphen path. This is our file path. Okay. And now our Kafka topic properties would be here. So before coming to this one, let's install Kafka first. Okay. Let me see if I already have installed Kafka or not. Not this one, baby. Terminal. Yeah, this one. Let me see if I have Kafka already installed or not. Okay, no Kafka is there. So let's install Kafka. Installation for Mac. If you are on a Windows system, you choose for Windows. Cool. So let's see. Not this one, man. Not this one. Let me go to the AI mode. Okay, brief install Kafka. So I can do this on Homebrew. Let me see if it is installing Kafka or not. Okay, you can go on the Confluent, Kafka quick start, right? This one. So here you can see this is the Kafka restart. We can learn from here also. So first we need to download the Kafka for latest release, or we can use this one, right? Then start the Kafka environment, everything we can use. Okay, so you better you come here. If you are using Docker, you can use Docker pull. Okay, but we will not go that way. We are not going to use Docker. We are going to create into the local only. So first we will install our Kafka, then only we are going to use these commands, which are very important. We will see what these commands are, so don't worry about this. We are going to understand and see that. Okay, here you can see different Kafka versions are there. For Kafka 4.20, these are the things. So you can go and download this. Okay, now I am going to install it in Mac using brew command, which is here. Brew command. Okay, here you can see Kraft mode, which removes the need for Zookeeper. But Zookeeper is very important. Actually, it was very important at that time. Cool. We'll leave it. Let's first download, install Kafka. Let me install it, and let's see if what it is going to do. Yeah, it is downloading. While it is downloading, let's come to our acquisition server. Okay. So now here you can see we have our topic, Kafka.topic. It is a prefix which we are going to use in configuration of this one. So let me create the Kafka topic properties. This one. Okay. In the config only, we are going to create Kafka properties, which will read only this GPS raw. Cool. Only one field is there, which it is going to read on. So nothing much harder. This GPS raw is coming from the configuration file, which is YML. Application.yml. Where it is? Oh, not here. Actually, I'm in the wrong project. Am I in the correct one? I am in the wrong one. I created this in the wrong place. Actually, this is the different project, right? So let me copy this and move to the this project only. Yeah, now I'm gonna delete this, refactor where it is deleted. Yeah. Save, delete. Cool. We are not going to use this one for now. Let me minimize it. Yeah. Okay, there is unsatisfied requirement failed with this build. Just command line Kafka. Okay, let me see if it is installed or not somehow. Mhm. It is not installed till now. Let me run this command. If it gives error, we can understand like okay, yeah, Zookeeper is not installed. So basically, it is not installed successfully. So Homebrew is not working for me. Now what I need to do, download and extract. So let's go on the PC side then, right? This is the source download. This is the binary download. Which one we need to download? Latest binary from Apache Kafka. Okay, latest binary we need to download. So let's download this. Okay, now I have downloaded it. Okay. Cool. Meanwhile, let's come here. Now, here is the logging service, the file logging service. What it will do, simply, it will take the packet and it will write it to the file. Okay. So here you can see after the post content, what it is doing, it is creating a new get file path and then it is creating directory and after that process queue and then worker.set demo, worker.start. So it is kind of starting. So process queue is where, yeah, here you can see the process queue is here. Start packet is equal to queue.take writer.packet and then new line flash pre-destroy shutdown. Okay, so why it is doing like that? We simply need to flush it right to the queue. Device ID and payload, which is we are going to do here. And this is cool. And this is our ingest GPS ingest controller, which is doing invalid packet. Device ID we are going to split. Okay, so just let's create this GPS ingest controller in the controllers package. All guys, and let me copy it. Okay, before doing this, we need to create these two classes, right? These two services, Kafka producer service and Kafka file. So let me create this one also in the survey. Okay, cool, cool. So we are going here to create this one. Then we are going to import our Kafka properties 5. Right. And what is the related problem? Import class this one. Now let's see this I logging service. So let's create this one also. And after copying, we're gonna need the proper imports, right? So I imported this one. There is one problem. Import this also. Cool. So till here we have our file logging service. We have Kafka producer service, which is very important because it is going to send the file into the Kafka. So here you can see. First, let me show the Maven actually because Maven is important. Here in the Maven, you can see there would be Kafka, right? This one, Spring Boot starter Kafka. Test, why it is test? Okay. So this one, and yeah, this I was looking for, not the test one. Spring Boot starter Kafka, right? So this brings the Kafka template into the picture. So whatever you are looking here in the Kafka template, this one is from that class only, that Kafka inbuilt class, right? You can download sources to understand proper documentation while it is loading. Yeah, so here you can see Kafka template and then Kafka topic properties. And these properties are basically Kafka topic properties are picked from the YML file, this one, right? This GPS raw. Let me show you again this file, GPS raw. This is going to use this one. Cool, guys. Now what we are going to see, yeah, here you can see it is down. It has downloaded some of the codes, right? Okay. Now let's move ahead. We are going for the ingest controller. So ingest controller we have created already. GPS ingest controller. In the ingest controller, you can see there is a post mapping for ingest, right? If it's a payload is null or contains does not contains comma, then it is a bad request, right? If it is not, then we split and we get the first one, which is device ID, right? So we are using a regex regular expression and we get the device ID. Now logging the file to async, log file to async. So basically we are logging the file of this payload into the file, and after that we are going to, this is for our backup only, our backup only, and then we are going to publish it to the device ID and entire payload. So device ID is a key and payload is a entire basically entire comma separated value is a payload. Okay, and after that we are simply returning. So after publishing this one, it will simply here come here and send. It will see the properties from the topic. It will get the topic name. What is the topic name? So GPS raw is the topic name, right? Topic name, yeah, Kafka topic GPS raw. So this is the name of the topic which it is going to pick on. Cool. Now let's move ahead. It should run now. When scheduler sends this, push it to the file. So this is our scheduler, what it is going to send. So we have the device ID here and then the timestamp and then lat long, and in the end we have ignition status. Now dash will push it to the queue, publish it the Kafka, and immediately return 200. Okay, cool, awesome, cool, guys. Now let's run this and see if our dash is now behaving, pushing into the Kafka or not. So before pushing it to Kafka, we need to install the Kafka. First, let's run it so that we can get some Kafka related error, right? Let's see. Uh, 1 second. Let me run this. Actually, it should not give any error, I think, because yeah, it will give error only related to Kafka, but before that, it will also give error related to the URL, right? The ingest URL. We are not sending any packet to the dash from the dash to this. Sorry, from the scheduler to the dash, right? Let's see what we get. Server is successfully up and running on port 8081. So it is running on 8081. Okay, so there's nothing to do. And now let me run our dash. So sorry, our scheduler, where it is. Yeah, not this one. Where it went, guys? The minimized one. Dash application. Let me open again. Where is the minimized one which I had minimized? The project of that scheduler.